Hello, this will be a channeled message for you, for your highest good, and I trust that it found you at the perfect time. I really appreciate you being here with me in this moment, and as always, I love you so much. I'm so proud of you, and you are absolutely 100% perfect the way that you are. You are 100% perfect exactly the way that God made you. And I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Dylan, you must be naive. You must be crazy, mate. Have you not had a look around? Have you not had a look into the past? All of the failures and the mistakes and the this and the that. But I stand by what I said, right? That is my truth. My truth is that you are 100% perfect the way that you are because you are here on earth having a human experience. It is a process. We're here to learn, here to evolve, and here to integrate parts of our soul self, right? Parts of ourself that were persecuted in other lifetimes. Parts of ourself that were locked away that we don't even recognize. That is what we're here to do, to reconnect with those parts of ourself and fully express our authentic, sovereign self, our true nature. And you guys are doing it. You're doing it. You're moving through the process. And you are 100% allowed to feel all of the emotions that come with that. You're allowed to feel everything that comes up with that. All right? And I get that there's this sense of mental clarity and mentally having the tools and feeling like the timing's right to move forward, like we have the ideas, like we have the connections, like we have the opportunities. And like I said, you're an incredibly determined person. But there's something else that's happening here. There's deep healing. Our soul self is pulling us towards a sense of deep healing and peace, trying to cultivate a feeling of peace. And despite having this mental clarity, it's like the body doesn't want to go. the spirit doesn't quite want to go. There's parts of us that need to be felt despite having the mental fortitude, right? With the Knight of Swords showing up as the centerpiece of the reading. And I get the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck clarifying this card. So I feel that you're either charging ahead towards your peace and your rest and your stillness, or you are charging ahead with some kind of a plan, some kind of a project, despite needing rest and despite needing to continue on with this healing process. And it might be both things. It totally might be both things happening at once. And like I said earlier, you are 100% allowed. You are fully within your rights to feel everything that is coming up because you are confronting this head on. This is something that you couldn't ignore. These feelings, these experiences that you went through in the past that you're shining a light on. You're taking power and control over these experiences by projecting your own perspective onto it. A healthier perspective. One that is more in line with your soul self, which is an extension of an unbiased, unconditionally loving, most high source energy. That is where you're coming from. That is your vantage point, to shine a light on these past experiences through your unconditionally loving soul self with the Judgment card on your masculine side. You are actively healing the deepest parts of yourself that have been locked away and persecuted in past lives. These are coming out to be seen, to be felt, to be fully integrated so that you can continue on your soul's mission. Guys, you're doing it. You are doing it. You've got this, and I'm so proud of you. And you've made such great progress. Let it be messy. Let the emotions come up. On the feminine side, I get the Queen of Cups in reverse. Who cares? Be the Queen of Cups in reverse. I'm giving you permission, guys, to be angry. I'm giving you permission to feel the sorrow. I'm giving you the permission to grieve the old life and to oscillate between hope and frustration and joy and sadness. I'm giving you the permission to feel all of those things and take as long as it takes Source energy and your spirit team and your higher self are giving you permission to rest, to feel it, to take your time with this, and to understand that everything that is for you will not pass you by. And you will get everything that you want out of this life through feeling these parts of yourself that are your true nature. These parts of yourself are your true self. Parts that were pushed down. I'm talking to somebody who learnt how to wear a mask. Someone who was trained to perform. Someone who grew up in an environment where love was conditional. Where the sense of home and belonging and safety was confusing. We were trained to be somebody that we weren't. And now through this process of really connecting with yourself and moving into the next stage of your plan, charging ahead into the next stage of your plan, you're making an incredibly important discovery. This is what I'm hearing. You're making an incredibly important discovery at this time about you and other people and the way that you relate. The way that you relate to anything that is outside of you. This is what you're starting to realize, because there's something in your life that you're pursuing. You're pursuing some kind of a positive outcome when it comes to some kind of a project or a next level, the next step in your life. You're looking for that yes. Okay? And I get 2 cards of balance here. You're trying to create balance in your life while looking for this yes, waiting for this yes, right? You're waiting for this approval and creating balance in your life. And you're starting to understand that the approval was always supposed to come from within you. This was never about them. This was never about these relationships, right? I'm seeing the scales. I'm getting Libra energy. This was never about these other people, because this was always about how you felt, how you wanted to feel. The parts of yourself that wanted to express, that wanted to play, that wanted to shine, that have been pushed down in order to please other people. That's the root of the problem. So you're reconnecting with you, your true self. And some of us don't even know what that fully looks like yet. We're still in the process of learning that. We're still in the process of finding those feelings of joy and peace and actually letting it penetrate into the fiber of our being without causing us to be dysregulated, because we have some kind of an addiction to chemical spikes that occur in our brain. We still have an addiction to cortisol. We still have an addiction to adrenaline and a feeling of instability, because that feeling of instability is our comfort zone. That feeling of instability for many of us is familiar. So we feel safe in the turbulence. I know, it's wild. And you guys are confronting this head on and shining a light on it with the Judgment card. You're not backing down. And this is the best time for you to confront this and feel all of the feelings that come with this. This is the best time to show the world the real you through some kind of exposure therapy. Show up and be yourself out in a public space in front of these people without giving a damn. Because there's an authentic version of you that needs to be seen, that is here to heal the world, so that you can take control and approve of yourself. Give yourself the yes. Give yourself the thumbs up. You're allowed to stumble over the words. You're allowed to be imperfect. You're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to be yourself. Guys, I'm telling you, let it be messy. Let it be wrong. Let it feel bad. Let it feel right. Let it all come up. And be with it. Be present with that. That is your gift at this time, to let this stuff go with unconditional love through feeling it and being present with it and saying, I see you. Looking at this old self and saying, I see you. You served me. All right. This is an old part of you. It's literally a skeleton. It's not functioning anymore, but there's a structure that is still taking up some kind of an image in our mind. There's some kind of a plan, an old routine, an old system that is running, but there's no life in this thing. It is no longer giving us anything that we need. It does not serve us anymore. You guys have moved into a new space, and I'm giving you permission again to grieve this old life, to feel the emotions that come up with that, to take the time. I'm giving you permission to understand that the body moves at a slower pace. The body needs to be nurtured. This is a time to be so kind to yourself. To be so, so kind to yourself and so, so patient with yourself. And this is a time of healing where we can start to show up and serve ourselves and create some kind of level of organization and a new foundation in our life, to create new routines in our life. Not from a place of guilt and shame and feeling like we need to do it. Not coming from a place where we feel like we're behind and we owe something to somebody. This is coming from a place of love for self. I'm talking to somebody who wants to show up and clean and create space and let go and bring new energy into their life because they love themselves unconditionally. To be of service to self. The 8th house and Virgo, this is your gift at this time. Shout out to all my Aquarius ascendants out there with Virgo in the 8th house, because I'm right there with you guys. There is a new life that is here for us. And through taking the time to reconnect with those deeper parts of ourselves, these things are going to be revealed. You're being asked to trust at this time. This is a process that is going to take trust in yourself and trust in your divine. Spirit is saying it sees you. Spirit sees the progress that you're trying to make. Spirit sees the process that you're trying to complete here, and it wants to guide you. It wants to put you in the right place at the right time and pluck you out of whatever situation you're in and put you where you need to be. It's just asking you to be with yourself, be present with yourself, and go where the signs are leading you. Go where that inspired feeling and that inspired action is leading you. Go there. Ask Spirit, how can I serve you? How can I be of service to you today, Spirit, the most high loving source energy? Because Spirit, I know that you want the best for me and you want to give me everything that I desire, but potentially it's going to look a little bit different. The process is going to look a little bit different. Being willing to surrender in a sense and say, I don't have all the answers. Being willing to be vulnerable. When in the old life we were used to having to perform, and potentially we were chastised when we weren't useful and we were only loved. All right, when these emotions, these needy negative emotions weren't being shown to people, that's when we receive the love. But Spirit is asking you to be vulnerable with your guides, to be messy, to be emotional, to feel the feelings and be present with them and love yourself unconditionally through this whole messy process. And that is your gift at this time, guys. Flexibility, change, obstacles. I'm going to ask, have you been doing things the same way and expecting a different result? Have you been doing things in the same way and expecting a different result? Because the 8th house doesn't necessarily mean doing the same thing but in a better way. It doesn't always mean just making improvements and transforming in that way. Transformation is, by definition, a complete shift, a complete change. There is a whole new paradigm that is working for you. There is a whole new paradigm that is going to work for you. Right? And it's one of ease. It's one of receptivity. Getting paid what you're worth. Being seen as you are. Being seen as that authentic self in your relationships. And attracting the right relationships for you. Attracting the right opportunities to you. And allowing Spirit to put you in the right place. Because you're in line with your own authentic vibration. You cannot expect Spirit to put you in line with your authentic desires if you're not living through your authentic vibration. Obstacle. There's nothing subtle about stone. If a large one appears upon your path, it can block your way forward. You can try all you like, but attempting to move something that will not budge is probably a waste of your energy. When obstacles appear on our path, it's easy to feel frustrated and stubbornly try to push on through. However, sometimes obstacles occur in order to show us another way. Guys, sometimes obstacles occur in order to show us another way. This alternate route may feel like a detour, But if you're able to zoom out of your life and gain a greater perspective, you may find that what you thought was an obstacle was actually a blessing all along. The obstacle card is an invitation to pay attention to where there's ease and where you're trying to stubbornly cling, push, and force. If you trust the seasons of your life and let life move you, you'll not only find more flow and ease along your journey, but more joy and fun too. There are seasons to life, guys. And we're in a season of transition, of letting go, of deep diving into our emotional body and ourself and looking at ourself with patience, with love, allowing the body to move at the pace that it needs to move so that we can find flow, so that we can find ease and be more in that vibration and create those opportunities in our life when the timing is perfect. So I trust that this helped you. I'm totally going to leave this reading here because I got some healing to do, all right? And I know we're all here together, and I'm sending you so much love at this time. I'm sending you all my love, actually. And I really appreciate you sharing the space with me and constantly showing up to support me. And I absolutely cannot wait to do it all again in the next reading. I love you so much. Bye-bye.